Hi friends, today we're going to talk about Adolf Hitler's India connection. Because a lot of Indians, while they understand the tyranny and the destruction that he brought to the rest of the world, have a fascination that he was responsible to some degree for India's independence and that he wanted to help Subhash Chandra Bose get India's independence. So let's bust that myth too today. Okay, now, first and foremost, yes, one cannot deny that probably as a byproduct of his starting the World War II and the destruction that happened in Europe and the bankruptcy of the Great Britain while fighting Second World War definitely played a role in the British exiting India. There can be no two ways about it. The British probably would have lingered on for another few years had they not gone totally bust in the Second World War. And to that extent, yes, Hitler played a role. But that's where his contribution probably ends. Watch till the end of my video and I'll tell you why he really did not play an active role in our independence. One more reason why people say that he had an affinity to India is because of this whole concept of this Aryans, and he is using swastika and a lot of Hindu symbology, right? Absolutely. Now let us understand that part also. First and foremost, let's be very clear. His right hand man, Heinrich Himmler, the man who headed the SS, which was the dreaded secret police, the man responsible for all those, managing the concentration camps, the killing of the Jews, etc., etc. Yes, indeed, this man was fascinated by Hindu scriptures. He read a lot of them, and he is known to have really studied the Bhagavad Gita. But God knows what translation he read and what he understood. Okay, and in fact, it is because of these idiots' misunderstanding of Indian, you can say, values, etc., that sometimes when we say the word Aryan, the Western world thinks something else. Okay, because we know that the word Aryan means good person, right? It's not a racial thing per se, and it is definitely not about pursuing and killing or something of non-Aryans. This crazy interpretation was done by Hitler and his cronies and used to persecute people of a different racial background. This kind of pathetic interpretation came from the Nazi group, okay, and they are responsible for how they interpreted this. It has nothing to do with what Indian scriptures teach. Therefore, they also do not have any relation in that emotional sense. People think that maybe hence he had an emotional connect. In many of his writings, Mein Kampf and many other speeches and other articles and stuff that is attributed to him, and I've read almost all of it, he repeatedly says that this whole Aryan theory does not apply to India, because in India the Aryans have got intermingled, and in his crazy mind, you see, where the race has to be pure, in India there has been too much mingling of Aryans with non-Aryans, so therefore that is why he says that had they been pure Aryans, they would not have been so easily conquered. Secondly, he would not have in that sense supported India because the British were Aryans. And this is where I come to the crux of the argument. Repeatedly, in multiple forums and in multiple areas, he has said that the British Empire is very important for the world. And Hitler never wanted to crush the British Empire. He made repeated arguments to the British that let Germany dominate the continental Europe and keep communism in check, while Britain can be the dominant world trading power, divide the world. He very well stated that if Britain lose their empire, Europe will lose its significance, and he rightly predicted that the two dominant powers will be the two with the maximum biggest countries, the USA and the USSR. Some even say that he triggered the attack on Soviet Union to prove to still skeptics in the Britain that his enemy is Russia and communists and not Britain. He had at any stage Britain accepted his argument, aligned with their Aryan brothers, then Hitler would have probably easily sold out India. He only encouraged India so that he could negotiate with the British and nothing else. Even on the Indian side, Subhash Chandra Bose, being a leftist, like most revolutionaries were in those times, was very favorable to the Soviet Union. He escaped from India, and his plan was probably, since that time there was a treaty between Germany and Soviet Union, the Germans could help him come to India, invade India through the Soviet Union. He was extremely disappointed when Germany attacked the Soviet Union, because now he knew that Germany will be completely caught up in that war in Soviet Union, and very unlikely that they would now make the effort to come all the way to India. Hitler, when he met Bose sir, he gave him some, you can say, little bit of help, and Bose could arrange some radio, etc., and he could ask some of the Indians fighting to support the Germans or create separate independence, you can say, army or something like that. But that he did only for his own benefit, right? Secretly, Hitler all along wanted a peace with Britain so that he could concentrate on the Soviet Union. Subhash Chandra Bose realized this, that Hitler's intentions were not clear at all, and that is when he decided that the only option left for him is to go to Japan. The only thing probably that Hitler did for Bose was to arrange a submarine to take him to the Japanese and get him safely to the Japanese. That is the least he can do to someone who is at that time trying to create a revolution within the British Empire when he's fighting the British. That is why finally Subhash Chandra Bose reached the Japanese fold, and it is only with the help of the Japanese that he could really create his Indian National Army. Therefore, it is very important for us to understand that Hitler did not consciously try or had any intentions of liberating India, okay, and whatever he did was only probably in his own benefit. Yes, we can say that his pushing the British Empire down the cliff, because in fighting him the British Empire completely crumbled, was important in, you can say, getting us our independence. Finally, now I hope people will understand that he did not do much for India. In my next video, I will talk about Hitler's love life, and finally, I thought, since it is connected to him turning vegetarian, I will answer the question which I have been asking in the last couple of videos. Why was he vegetarian? Thank you. Bye. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope I can make you understand a lot more about the most famous man of the 20th century probably, and why this tyrant does not deserve the kind of respect we give.